What do you bring to the table? If one more man asks me this question, what do you bring to the table? I am going to freaking scream. Do you hear me? This question drives me bonkers. And if I hear one more man ask me this question in our getting to know each other phase, or if I have one more girlfriend or even a relationship person tell me, well, go ahead and just answer the question, I am going to scream. This question up here drives me crazy. And I understand when you are dating and you're getting to know a person, I understand that it's like an interview process. However, in the interview, I think you should ask specific questions and not use some type of catchphrase to try to learn and understand me. So let me tell you really though, why I don't like this question. I don't like this question because I have answered it once or twice and got ghosted afterwards. And that's fine, because if you ghost me, that means that you weren't meant for me. So I'm fine with being ghosted because I answered the question. Now, I'm not quite sure if I answered it in the manner and what they were looking for, but I answered the question. I decided that I was going to stop answering this question right here. And one of the main reasons I decided not to address this is because when I posed the question, or when I asked the person, so when you ask this, what are you really trying to learn and understand about me? Because this is such a blanket question that it really does not tell you about who I am as a person. And matter of fact, it's a metaphor. And do you even understand the metaphor? So please tell me, how do you define this? How do you define what do you bring to the table? Because I got a real slick mouth, so I can give you a couple of answers. But let me say this first before I start talking about my answers. So when you ask this, what does this really mean to you? And I get this look, oh, you know what it means. I know what it might mean to me, but I'm asking you to tell me, how are you defining it, so I'll know how to answer the question. Because if you really ask what I bring to the table, I bring the table, the 4 chairs, the placemats, the silverware, the food, a finicky appetite, but a good appetite, a meal, conversation, family, friends, connections. I bring a lot to the table. But is that what you're asking me? Is that what you really want to know when you ask me this? And the fact that when I ask you, how do you define this, and what does this little buzz catchphrase mean to you, and you do this, and then you put it back on me to say, oh, you know what that question means, tells me that you don't know what it means. So how can I answer a question when you don't even know what you're really asking me? So I'm saying this: if you really want to know about me and what I might bring to a relationship, why don't you ask me some questions? Now, let me tell y'all this. I am a life coach. So I'm very intentional about everything that I do. I'm even intentional about my dating. I do not ask the men that I meet this. I ask some more specific questions because I want to see how I can weed you out in the interview process. The same way they do it to us, we do it to them. But I'm asking more intentional questions. What are you looking for? What is your purpose in dating? Are you dating with intentions? Are you just dating out here just to see how many women you could date and you just out here trying to have a good old time? What are you doing? When was the last time you was in a relationship? Were you hurt by that relationship? How did you heal? How long did it take you to heal? See, I'm asking some very intentional questions, and you can ask me those same questions. Have I ever been married? Twice. Twice divorced. Did you learn anything from it? A whole lot. And not about them, but about me. Am I healed? Totally. And I'm ready for love? Yes, I am. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm still waiting for just the right one for me to come grab me by my hand, and we look into each other's eyes and we know that we were meant for each other. I'm looking for somebody I can be their peace and they can be mine. See, these are the kinds of conversations that we need to have. We don't need to just ask this question right there. No, this question. What do you bring to the table? Because I told you what I bring to the table. The table, the chairs, my appetite, my finicky appetite. But truthfully, you want to know, in my 50 plus years, who am I? What have I learned? Am I patient? Am I a strong, independent woman? Do I believe in submission? Do I believe in God? Do I believe in family? Do I believe in love? Am I happy? Those are the things you should be asking me. Don't ask me this. So I'm just saying, why don't we try having a conversation One where we can ask intentional, specific questions to get to the answers that we want. And then we can determine if we have the bandwidth to deal with each other. But when you ask me this, I can guarantee you it's a cut. Because if you don't know what this means to you, I don't know how to answer the question for you. I'm just saying.